Good afternoon and welcome. This is Alex Albritton, and this is the Alex Albritton Show. This is our third time out, and hopefully this is better than the other two. We hope so. Anyway, I'm just done looking at the Jesse Jackson homegoing, and I was quite moved not only by the turnout but by much of what was spoken on. There were some very direct questions put not only to the audience, but to the country at large. And I'll get into that in just a moment. Mr. Engineer, I'm getting feedback from.
That's because the headphones are connected directly to the microphone. So anything the microphone picks up is gonna go directly to your
Okay,
headphones.
as long as,
The
the
audience,
audience is okay.
yeah.
Okay. Um, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, who I don't always agree with, uh, but he was probably the most stirring speaker of the entire bunch. His question was like the question I have: what should you be doing in this very trying time? These are the most trying times that we've ever experienced in this country. Um, and there's an answer to that question if you ask yourself, what can I do? What can I do? I'm doing something right this moment. What are you doing? It's not as if we need someone to lead us. We need to be about the business of doing something from our lane of traffic, so to speak. When our time comes, it's so important that we can have a life, look back upon, and someone be able to point to that life and say, he did a good job. It may not have always agreed with me, but that person did a good job. So I hope that the Reverend Jesse Jackson's words struck a chord with those listening to my voice. This is serious stuff, very, very serious stuff. And I can't help but think about a man who I saw just last evening who died in custody from a bad tooth. Now just think about that a moment. He died from a bad tooth in his head. I mean, that's how poor the medical care is uh, in these places. The environment is the worst imaginable. Now just think about that. Someone dying from a bad tooth. his family must be absolutely destroyed. Believe me, these people care nothing about you, me, or anyone else. They're just going to incarcerate as many people as they can, collect a bounty, and go on to the next one. Somehow, some way, this has got to turn around. It's got to turn around. Can't continue like this. This was not intended for us, any of us. Certainly not to please some other human being. No way in the world. Freedom is something that for a long time in this country has been free, free, free. And now that's very questionable, at least, to say the least. You wake up in the morning, you don't know what's going to be next. It's a new calamity every day, 7 days a week. I had the pleasure of hearing the president of Colombia. He was in attendance at Jesse's homegoing. And man, oh man, did this poor fella laid it on the United States for what they are doing and have done, frankly, to his country. They are not just importers of drugs. From what I gathered from the president, they are a country that seems to be trying to get on their own feet and do the right thing. I don't know because I don't live in Colombia, but it certainly sounded that way. That's going to take some more examination, I'm sure. Mr. Engineer, this feedback. I'm still getting this feedback.
How's it now?
I'm sorry.
How's it now?
It's better now. It's better now. It's better now. Yeah. Please forgive me if there's anyone listening to this that has a number to where we are. Please give me a call so we can tweak this, and with I hope the audience, such as it is not getting feedback like this. They're not.
Nope, it's just because your headphones are right next to the microphone and your headphones were turned up to the highest volume. That's why.
I see. Please forgive me. But as I was saying, we need to ask ourselves about doing something. Don't just stand by and do nothing. Because when all is said and done, we are going to be held accountable for our actions, whatever they may be. It's a shame that we could have people so absolutely out of their mind, spending taxpayer money, I might add, on a $200+ billion plane. And I'm referring to the Secretary of Department of
Homeland Security.
Christy known. Christy known. Yeah. I mean, that's just absolutely nuts. It won't be held accountable for it. The money's been spent. It's been spent. She's just been reassigned to another position while she maintains her relationship on taxpayer money, I might add. I mean, it's just craziness. And that's what I was referring to when I said every day you wake up to a brand new calamity. Every day. It's not supposed to be that way. It just isn't. You know, I mean, this was a peaceful country. We've lost friends and foes, for that matter. Our partners around the world are looking at us like we're crazy. And quite frankly, we are. They're looking at this calamity, calamitous behavior, like what in the world are these people doing? This is not, what's being done isn't helping John Doe, the average taxpayer. It's not helping them. This is helping a small sect of people. That's it. Nobody else. Ms. Christie known, and I hope once this is investigated, if at all, I really hope they don't find her with money in hand from the taxpayers' till. But it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me for a moment. I mean, because she was spending money like it was free. And finally yesterday, they cut her loose like it was the end of the road, Christy. Okay, it was the end of the road. You know, 200+ billion plane and advertising both, with no accountability, no nothing. Just foot free and foot fancy and foot free, as they call it. Answerable to no one but the president, which is that should be that way. But she acted as if she wasn't even answerable. That reminds me, my grandson was asked just earlier, who was the engineer of this program. He was asked if he knew who Jesse Jackson was. Well, understandably, he wasn't born when Jesse Jackson was around, and if if our schools were teaching history like they should be, they should be.
I would know about it.
I know, but you're not. It's not your fault because you don't know.
Yeah.
But he's gonna know now. He's gonna learn it from what I'm saying, and I'm gonna give him an assignment. Our history has been just slaughtered in Florida, most in particular, Governor DeSantis and company, and in other places around the country. They want to obliterate our history as if it never happened, as if it never happened. I'm not willing to give up my history like that. I mean, I'm not. Lay around every day completely oblivious to what folk before us went through. That's just not that's not doable. That's not doable. So Caleb, gonna get you some material that you learn about Jesse Jackson's life, okay? Because he really was, whether you agreed with him or didn't, he was really a great human being. And there were thousands of people at his home going. I mean, it was almost unbelievable. So, getting back to what can we do, just ask yourself that question. Get up in the morning. What can I do today to make this better? What can I do to make the quality of my life better? What can I do to make the quality of someone else's life better? Have the answer to those questions, and I think you might have the answer to life. Seriously, it's pretty deep. And Mr. Engineer, I'm going to take a short break, and I'll come back after the break. We'll get back into this for the next 2.5 segments. So I'll take a 90-second break and come back, okay? All right.
Enjoying the Alex Albritton Show. We are currently on a short break. Enjoying the Alex Albritton Show. We are currently on a short break, lasting approximately 1 minute. To make up for the time, we will be featuring a commercial from our CIS-AITSS video team. We'll see you soon. Welcome to the CIS-AITSS informational video. We will begin by exploring the different departments within CISA-ITSS, starting with CISA-ITSS Security. Next, we have CISA-ITSS Audio. Following audio, we introduce CISA-ITSS Visual. Finally, we have the CISA-ITSS Founders Division. CISA-ITSS Security is dedicated to safeguarding future CISA-ITSS properties and the broader online world. The founder works tirelessly to ensure individuals are protected from scams and malicious online elements. CISA-ITSS Audio provides professional-grade, third-party audio solutions, specializing in the founder's work for various media like podcasts and talk shows. We are committed to the highest quality professional standards. We're back from break. Please stand by for more of the Alex Albritton Show.
Thanks for staying with us. This is Alex Albritton, your host, and this is the Alex Albritton Show. It's always something that pricks my heartstring when I hear things like the eulogy of Jesse Jackson. People that know me well know that I have not always been a Jesse Jackson fan, but the one thing I can say for him is he was always trying to make it better for people in general. And the last time I saw him, which was at the NAACP headquarters in Detroit, first thing he did, I was 10 years younger and pitching a fit. But he grabbed my hand and shook it and motioned like, shh, as if to say, just be quiet, give me a break up. But it was, after I thought about it, he was making a good point because he was there not just for black people, but for all people. And that's a very positive note. So turn it down a little bit, Mr. Engineer. You're still getting feedback. 5, 4, 3, 2. That's better. That's much better. So if you can keep it at that level, I think that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the last time I saw him, and there's a picture of Jesse Jackson holding my daughter when she was about a year old or a little less. He came up to me and took her right out of my arms. Clyde Cleveland had that picture, and I tried desperately to get it before his passing. But it was in Ebony magazine, in fact. That's where it wound up. Because I was always a person to be politically involved, but much of that has changed. I'm not involved politically like I used to be. I am merely trying to make things better where I am. For the larger city, I let other people do that. That's their bailiwick. I'm not interested at all in trying to make every political event Jeff Jack dinner and all that craziness. I don't want to go there. The party, I was a member of the Michigan Democratic Party since 1973. And in all those years, I don't remember one winning ticket. I mean, really winning ticket. When all this foolishness was going on year before last in front of the Secretary of State's home and all that, I interviewed her. And no, it's been longer than that. It's been a little over 2 years. And I was lost as to what to ask her because she had just been through a terrible ordeal with her children at home with her husband not home, and she had 20 or more people out in front of her house. I don't know where the police were, but wherever they were, there would have been Matt Dillon standing out there if it had been me. I can tell you that much. They wouldn't have frightened my children or me. But in my interview with her, there were several things she said that really ticked me off. So far, she has been a rather outstanding Secretary of State. I think she tweaked a couple things, and the general public tends to like her very favorably. But back then, she was not too cool, not at all. That reminds me, are you prepared for what may happen midterm at your polling place? Are you prepared that there may be people with automatic weapons at your polling place? That could happen. In fact, it probably will, because they're going to do everything they possibly can do to keep you, the voter, away from the place where you vote. So one, what can you do? You can either vote absentee, be prepared to deal with these people, no matter what, or mail in a ballot. Now that mail-in ballot piece, I don't know, and I gotta find out. I don't know whether or not what kind of identification you must have.
Real ID.
Go ahead, Kayla.
Real ID.
In other words, if you don't have real ID.
Oh yeah, valid ID before registering to go vote in a federal election is real ID, proof of citizenship, and no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel.
Mm-hmm. And for what about people who just haven't applied for it yet?
I would urge them to apply. Well, you can get a real ID in Michigan just by going up to the Secretary of State and turning in your old ID and getting a new one.
I think women are the people most put out by this because they have to do so much. They need a new birth certificate. They need a
And yeah, you need proof of citizenship, and you can't do mail-in ballots unless you have to.
okay, okay. That's good. That's what they've been making so much noise about.
They passed it, the Save America Act.
Yeah, I know. That's not the only thing they passed with the Save America Act, but that's that remains to be seen because one thing is for sure. Uh, if the Democrats get the House back and the Senate, it'll be a different ball game. It'll be a whole different ball game. They'll turn that thing around. The election night, it'll be turned around. Believe me, it will. Um, question for what do you think about politically about where we are in this country today? What do you think about that? Are you happy with the Republican Party, or are you happy with the Democratic Party? Um, I have to wonder that people, even those who voted for the Trump ticket and were expecting certain things from him, I would imagine they would got to be not so happy. What?
I wouldn't be happy if, even though I wouldn't vote for Trump, if I did vote for Trump and he said he was going to do all the things and he didn't do any of that, I'll be mad as well.
Yeah, so I would venture to guess that a lot of people who were in the Trump camp, they want to call themselves MAGA, not so happy right about now. You know, it certainly didn't bring down the price of butter. Certainly didn't bring down the price of groceries in general. Uh, Darnell and I go to the grocery store, and just a few small items are $100 or better. And we used to go to the grocery store all the time and buy groceries, and you'd have a cart full with $100+ you know? Not the case anymore. So, and the price of gas is going to go up too with this war in Iran, because they were sitting on quite a bit of nations or the world's oil supply. And with these bombs dropping on Iran, shortage will be real shortcut, real quick, because the Strait of Hormuz goes right through there. That's a key spot in the world for oil production and oil delivery, food, a lot of other things. And with that Strait of Hormuz closed, a lot of things.
Yeah, they did close that.
Yeah, and with that going up like that, I mean, would be
Somebody tried to war to buy
and when that happens, we'll be close to where we used to be. Without that, we got a tough road.
Also, it's David Ellison, the
That's one of the
Paramount
main players.
Paramount CEO. That's the CEO of Paramount, and he said that the direction of news won't be changing.
Yeah. Well, if
And
you stop the average person on the street,
and he said CNN will be in charge of its journalistic integrity, which means he wouldn't be in charge of that.
yeah. Well, if you stop 10 people on the street and ask them who the buyers were of CNN, I guarantee you 9 out of 10 of them would not be able to tell you. And see, that alludes back to what I was talking about earlier. You got to be involved. You got to be well informed. This is critically important, especially now. If you don't know what's going on, how can you make a difference?
You can't.
It's impossible. It's impossible. You've got to be informed. And it's pathetic, and not to mention the fact that African American people, for whatever reason, tend to be quick to criticize people in their own race. You don't do that. That's one of the major reasons we can't get ahead like we should. Always receiving criticism from one quarter or another. God, you gotta somehow or another you gotta stop that. That proud to be with you. I'm going to take a break, and I'll be back in 60 seconds. Please stay with us.
Enjoying the Alex Albritton Show. We are currently on a short break, lasting approximately 1 minute. To make up for the time, we will be featuring a commercial from our CISAITSS video team. We'll see you soon to the CISAITSS informational video. We will begin by exploring the different departments within CISA ITSS, starting ITSS Security. Next, we have CISA ITSS Audio. Following audio, we introduce CISA ITSS. Finally, we have the CISA ITSS Security is dedicated to safeguarding CISA ITSS property and the broader online world. The founder works tirelessly to ensure individuals are protected from scams and malicious online elements. ITSS Audio Audio Solutions, specializing in the for media, podcasts, and talk shows. We are committed to the highest quality professionals. We're back. Please stand by for more of the Alex Albritton Show.
Live.
I am Alex Albritton, and I'm your host. I hope you're still with us, and it's a pleasure for you to be with us, as a matter of fact. We've got some new listeners this week, I see. We will continue to try and make this not just good programming, but great programming. Just bear with us a second, okay? There are a couple of more items that we need to get to make this really quality radio. One of which is the phone system. I'm going to see about that as soon as this program's over. Because talk radio, and that's pretty much what this is, needs a phone system where callers can submit questions, and they need to do that, be able to do that in a big way. So I'll be going to do that as soon as this program's over. There are a couple of guests that I'm expecting in the next 2 weeks. One of whom is the President's Chief of Police, and I won't call his name because I don't have it confirmed yet. But he's the Chief of Police in a city close by. Put it that way. And much of our audience can be heard around the state, and I'm looking forward to him joining us in the next 2 weeks. There'll be someone else too, who's a civil servant in a state nearby. So I'll let you know as soon as we have it confirmed. In fact, I really like to have guests on the program. That reminds me, Caleb, can we have a interview with someone away from where we are?
Yeah, like you can have, like, let's say you and a guest on your show's right there, and someone wants to do an interview with you, with the both of you. I could set up an interview to where the person's camera will show up on screen, you'll be able to hear them, and you'll be able to talk to them through your microphones.
Oh, okay. Because a lot of people don't, especially this time of day, don't feel like driving somewhere and be a guest on the radio program.
Yeah, don't want to drive, you can drive virtually.
Yeah. So we'll go and take care of that as soon as this program's over. Haven't confirmed it yet, but I just might be out of town next Wednesday and Thursday. I'll see the Mumford ladies if they're with us this week over the air. I congratulate you on your upcoming luncheon. I wish I could be there, but if I have to go somewhere, I'll just be going to see my brother. I won't have time to participate. But I wish you luck with that, and hope you have a good outing next year. Hope it's well attended. I'm sure it is. They always do a good job with that. So if you, how can I put this? For those in our listening audience, are you for or against the war in Iran? Are are you for or against the war in Iran? And if you are for it, why are you for it? And if you're against it, why are you against it? This is when we need phones in here. But I know that some people are for it. They believe that Iran was a pending threat to this country. I have no idea. I have no doubt that it was the case. Um, I don't know how close they were to becoming a real serious threat, but I believe they were a threat to this country and have been. However, there are ways to do things. There are ways to do things. Okay. Iraq was a threat to this country. Back when they claimed they had WMDs over there. Turns out there were no WMDs. You know, I hope this is not that kind of situation. I really do. Because war is hell. It is hell. And it's permanent. Once you shoot somebody, there's no comeback from that. They went over there, the United States, in 2002, as I recall, and they told Colin Powell went before the UN Security Council and told them and the world that there were WMDs in Iraq. Guess what? There were none. It strained his very soul to have to tell that lie. He knew that's what he was doing when he said it. But I hope this situation is different because there have been people die already, and there will be more. There will be more. So if you get a chance tonight or tomorrow, by all means, check out the replay of the Reverend Jesse Jackson's homegoing. It is worth the 3 hours that it took to view it. It's just good programming, a lot of emotion from both sides of the political aisle. He was democratic, but he was not always democratic. He was the good man for the right thing, and that's the way you need to be. Good man for the right thing. So we're gonna cut it a little short so we can catch Best Buy before they close, Caleb. And I'm gonna have a bit of fonder due to our listening audience. Catch us next week at 5 o'clock sharp. I am Alex Albritton, and this is the Alex Albritton Show. Please don't hesitate to join us. Stick with us until we can get this thing perfect. And I want you to know that I'm trying. So, Caleb, can you play us out with a little Michael Jackson? Please.